Buenas queridas, we made it back to another season of the BEAM&Flow podcast. I'm your host, Chloé, and we are in season 11 of the show all around aligning your body, energy, awareness, movement, and bringing all of that into flow. So this season, we are talking about perspective shifts, vision shifts, and we're looking at it from all kinds of angles, from the physical angle of your actual vision, from an emotional and energetic perspective. We're looking at it from how your perspective will shift as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. And then we are getting into some really vulnerable shares from me around deep perspective shifts over the past few months. So I'm so excited to share this season with you, and let's kick it off with Odette Orola. And heads up, we ran out of battery as we were filming, so the last few minutes, you will still hear the entire interview, but the last few minutes you won't be able to see Odette's beautiful face. You will see the BEAM&Flow logo, but we're still recording and you're gonna hear it. Okay, so here we go.
Hi!
Oh, this was perfect.
Yes, it's perfect.
So we are in your beautiful bakery slash wellness supply center. And I'm speaking with Odette. Odette, I don't even know your last name.
My name actually rhymes. So my name is Odette and my last name is Orola.
Odette Orola?
Yeah.
I love that.
I know. And my middle name is even crazy. My middle name is Ceriola. So it's Odette Ceriola Orola.
Odette Ceriola Orola. That is like a power name.
I know.
I've ever had one.
I know.
mean,
it's so crazy.
Wow.
Yes.
I feel like the energetics of that name, and I see you stepping into it. Like,
yes.
Wow.
I know. I couldn't believe it. Every time somebody says, oh, it's double O. It's double O in the house. And I'm like, yeah.
Triple O.
Triple O. Triple O in the house.
Okay, so let's bring our audience along on the journey here of why we're even sitting here today.
Sure.
So I met you, well, actually, let me rewind. I moved to Seneca, South Carolina in May.
Okay.
And about a week before I got here, I was like on Facebook looking at different networking groups and local community groups. And I saw one of your posts. And I was just like, oh, that's cute. Like a healthier bakery. And then I saw sourdough. You had, I think at that time, the sourdough focaccia.
Yeah.
And I can't do yeast, so I was like, oh, I'm going to stop over there.
Yeah.
And I saw that you said you had supplements. And so it took a week or so for me to like get everything unpacked and be able to come. And then you're open on the weekends.
Yep.
I came out on a Saturday or Sunday, and you were just a ray of sunshine.
Oh, thanks.
And this place is beautiful and amazing, and I found all of my supplements that I had been missing from New Jersey and New York, and not only sourdough focaccia, but sourdough brownies that are out of this world, to the point where I put in a request to save some every week, because by the time I get here, when they open, she's already sold out.
Yes.
That is how good they are. These brownies are out of this world.
Yes.
So I found my home away from home to buy my supplies, and then we kept talking, and you are just the coolest person.
Oh,
and
thanks.
I was like, oh my goodness, I want to be besties with her.
Oh, Chloe, you're so sweet.
I do.
Yes.
And so you started telling me a little bit about your story, and I was just like, wow, this woman is incredible. So fill us in a little bit on what brought you to open this place, and both like professionally and personally, because I imagine it was a combination of the two.
Yes.
So what's the story? How did Odette's Bakery come to be?
Well, I think all great things start personally first, especially when I have retired. I worked in a very fast industry of cocktailing, so it's like meeting people all the time, and I just came to a realization that I think I'm done. You know, I asked myself, is this it? I'm just born to be like a cocktail waitress. No, there has to be more to me. And it's, you just say the word, you know, and people will come into your life that will make that, whatever it is that you're asking yourself, it'll reveal itself in the most oddest way. So I met Henry, and he was like, why do you go to work and you have to ask to be off? And that like clicked in my mind. I'm like, all my kids are grown. I don't really have anyone to take care of but me. Yeah, why am I there? Why am I there? And within that minute, I didn't even think about it. I put my 2 weeks in. And from there, I didn't know how things were going to get done. And personally, I didn't care. And that's when you know things are about to change. When I just really didn't care. Wherever the chips fall, let it fall where they are, because I've done it for 22 years. And I traveled, I played a lot of poker, which I love, by the way. And just, you know, with Henry, he's the one that helped me build all of this, and his mom as well. I started just like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I used to the big city, just like you know, and I said, I want a freaking blueberry muffin. And both of them really don't like to drive anywhere. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make it. I made it, and it sucked. It sucked. I didn't know what I did. I've never baked anything in my life. Never.
Wow, I didn't even know that part.
Yeah.
That's crazy, because those brownies are insanely
Isn't
good.
that so
That's
good?
crazy.
I never baked anything in my life but, like, you know, those ready-made cookies that you buy at the store. That's it. That's it. And I made it. It sucked. And then we went to Thailand, lived in Thailand for 6 months, came back. And, you know, I said, well, what's my purpose? What am I going to do? What am I going to do while I'm here? So then I started, and it all started just by being open. Just open yourself to learning, go with it as much as you can. And that's how it started for me. I'm like, oh, the Great British Baking Show. I love it. I love it. I love watching it. I'm like, how do they do that? And so I just did a little here and there, and then I got really okay. And then I started giving my bakes away. And then I was like, oh, what else can I do? It's amazing, by the way. If you ask your brain, like, what else? What else can I do? Things come to you in the most craziest way. And then I started making sourdough bread. People would order, not a whole lot. And one winter time, we were driving, and I saw this lady with a stand, Carolina Bell. She was closed, and I was like, oh, I wonder if she rents that out. And of course, Henry being Henry, go-getter, right? He's like, let's go. And I'm like, wait, no, just calm down. I don't know if I'm ready. And that's when I knew that side of me that's keeping myself small is like, wait, not ready, wait. But I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it. Who cares? If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. Is that really gonna freaking kill me? No, it's not, right? And yeah, that was a day before my 50th birthday. And so he knocked on the door the same day. She was like, yeah, you can rent it out for $50, da 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 da. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what to bake. I had no menu, no plan. I just did what I could, baked what I can, took a deep breath, let all the anxiety come to me. And I said, you know what? Because this is change. Change always comes with chaos. So go with it. Go with it as much as you can. Rest when you can, cry when you can, scream when you can, do whatever it takes. The first day that it opened, and I'm so grateful because I had, you know, the Weinecker family behind me, and they set it all up. One table, 33-degree weather.
Wow.
One table, you know, cinnamon rolls is my thing, and so I made a whole bunch of cinnamon rolls. And it started out as one guy getting one cinnamon roll, come around again. He bought one, and then he came back around again. And that's what started it all, until it was like, there's no bathroom here. And it just started coming together, and his mom was like, let's put something here. And this was their lot. This was their dad's dream right here. Isn't that funny?
Incredible. That's
incredible.
If you don't believe the ancestors are with you, I don't know what else to say. Like, they're here.
This right here used to be Henry Weinecker Sr.'s lot. And so many people have come to Mrs. Lori Weinecker and said, can we buy this lot? And she was like, no. You know why? Because it was waiting for me.
That's right.
It was waiting for me. It was waiting for me to establish a community. Right? Look at this. This is
incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I keep telling my boyfriend that, you know what? I know your dad's here and your dad's seeing you guys. And he's so immensely proud of the both of you, that how many people come in for us. And not just our baked goods, it's how we make them feel, how we can relate to them, and that we used to know the Weineckers. We used to know the Weineckers, and like, all your stuff is so good. And I said, you know what? This place is small. I want it to be like Vegas. Vegas is the #1 retention rate. I could say #1 retention rate as far as business is concerned, because they know how to bring people back. And that is variety, experience, relationship, all that brings people back. And for me, I was like, I can only bake so much, dude. Okay? I can only bake so much. So let's put some stuff that we care about. And it's, again, he is in the health and wellness. He works for a really wonderful nutritional company. So everything on the wall here is all nutrition. We care about each and every one of these products. We've sought out every vendor here. We've talked to them. We've researched them. It's not junky junk stuff. It's all like from our heart. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of businesses that I really see here, it's all about the dollar. Right? It's about what can they sell to make money. Money will come like this, easy peasy. If you treat your customers like they're more than that, that they're a part of this group, they're a part of this community. When they can walk in and you can greet them and said, hey, I don't know you, but yeah, welcome, you know, come on in. It makes them feel some type of way that, oh, I belong here, because you don't know what day this person is having or how their life is. And I feel like with my background in cocktail waitressing, and then Henry with his background in sales, we just put 2 and 2 together, and a lot of it really is allowing yourself to learn at any age. At any age, allowing yourself to learn. And when he's teaching me, my ego's like, no, I know that already, dude. I know this already.
Don't mansplain to me.
Yeah, don't explain this to me. I already know. But here it is again, when it's time for you to learn.
In a different way.
In a different way, then you're like, okay, let me learn. And you're like, oh, shoot. Yeah. Okay, let's go again. Let's do this again, and let's do this again. And now we're a destination. It's not just the bakery. We're an absolute destination.
It's true. You've brought, when you were talking about community before, you've created community here. I mean, any given weekend there are multiple food vendors. There's dill pickle lemonade, which is the best thing ever. It is so good.
Yes.
So I come every weekend. I say hi to everybody. I get my lemonade. I get my brownies.
Yeah.
And it's really like, I came last weekend and the entire parking lot was full. There was no room.
It was so crazy.
It's amazing. And,
it is.
And I'm really curious. So the theme for this season of the podcast, each season has a different theme. And this season is about perspective shifts or shifts in your vision. And I'm curious what perspective shifts happened for you in this process, and if they were intentional shifts that you knew you were working through, or if it's like looking back now that you see, oh, that's what that change was. It was a perspective shift, but maybe you didn't know it at the time.
We'll never really know it at the time. And intentional shifts are, it's a big learning curve. Like there's a lot of surrender there. There's a lot of change that you intentionally have to do if you want to do these kind of intentional shifts. Intentional shifts, yes. I've been on this journey since my sister passed from cancer, and it's always like, is this it for me? Is this it for me? Is this my life? I don't feel like that. I don't. One summer day in Las Vegas, I was coming home, and I had the best apartment, by the way. And I was driving home, and I was at a red light, and I said, before I ascend to the next, I'm going to make a difference in this world, however that looks. And after I said that, things just started falling apart for me. Things just started falling apart. Again, those intentional shifts happened when you can slow down and said, no matter what is going on, no matter how you're feeling, what's going on in your life, know that it's always for your best and highest good. And I think one of my biggest advice to myself at the time was, regardless of what's happening, whether you're angry, you're sad, you're not feeling well, you have no support, you feel like you've been defeated, build anyway. It doesn't matter. Just build anyway, because we're all supported. Each and every one of us, all of us have our own little journey. And God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, it's all working within us. Do I realize that every day? No, I don't realize that every day. Do I get pissed off? Mostly every day? Yes. Yes, I do. But what you said, the intentional perspective, once you start practicing, and that's all there is, it's just practicing, you start to learn and you start catching yourself in the moment of it. And then you're always coming to this fork of like, do I allow myself to do that? Or do I allow myself to like restrict myself from feeling this? Or do I just ground myself and said, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're good. This is a part of your journey. You understand. And I always really remind myself of that. Not every day, but for some reason, now that I do have this intentional perspective, I know how to ground myself really, really fast, really quick. And if I don't, then outside of me will do that, which is Henry. He's like, we're just talking. We're just bantering. We're just exchanging ideas, okay? Like that. Just like that. And that is what I'm so grateful for. And just practicing.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Very magical.
It is, and it's as I get older, I realize the most magical things in life are in the mundane. Like in those quiet moments, and sometimes not even the quiet moments, it's the moments that you've been through or been in a million times before, and like you said, one day you realize that you are observing the moment instead of being wrapped up in it, and that you can make a choice. Like, how am I going to experience this moment? Here's the moment. How am I going to experience it?
Yeah, what do you choose? It's yours. It's yours. Every moment of every day, every second, it's always yours. You're safe always. You're always safe until you say, I'm not safe. And then, unfortunately, but it's always your moment. Take a breath, get out of the back of your head and put it in the front. Ground yourself, and it's just pay attention to what's around you, everything that's going good. If you're getting lost in the moment, that happens to me almost every day. But I think now everything is an experience now. It's not like, oh, poor me, why is this happening to me? Even if in the moment I feel like that, at the end of the day, I can say thank you for all these experiences that I've had. No matter what shape, what form, that life is always loving me in in any form, even if I'm pissed off at life, it's still loving me, it's still teaching me, and it always reflects. Like, you're definitely my reflection. I definitely manifested you some way, somehow, right? That at this moment right now, we're like vibrating at the same exact frequency.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It's truly incredible.
Yeah.
And whether you want to call it prayer or manifestation, whatever you want to call it, I mean, I journaled about finding a community here. That's what I was seeking out when I went on Facebook and I was looking at those community groups.
Yeah.
I was looking for my people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I found you and I was like, oh,
yeah,
this is my people, this is my reflection right over here.
Right there. I mean, that's mirror. The mirror is never wrong, right?
Yeah.
And everything that we experience here is us. Every little particle, every atom, every energy wave, it's always us. We're always creating from the inside. And this is just behind us, you know? All of this, I manifested this last year. I've had it in my mind that I said, I want a bakery. I want tons of people here. I would like visualize that in my room. Like, I visualize donuts for some reason, and I want like a whole bunch of people just coming here, right? And we had like 28 followers in December when we started our page. 28.
In December of 2024?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
28.
That's
and
crazy.
We're almost at 3,600 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're almost at 3,600 now, because it's like, and again, it wasn't like, oh yes, I want to pose, this is great. It wasn't like that. Not for me, at least. I was very camera shy. I didn't know what to say. I had someone in my life that's just so hyperactive. Go ahead, honey, go ahead. And that wasn't really me. And I just wanted to like go at my own pace. And I'm coming out of that shell.
Clearly.
Hello. Yes, clearly.
I could talk to you forever, and I wish I could, but the battery's dying.
The battery's dying, y'all.
Dying. So, I want to kind of close with a question, which is, after seeing how much shifting your perspective can bring into fruition, where's your perspective shifting next? Do you have any idea of like what the next place is that you want to grow into, either with Odette's or with something else?
Oh, this is going to grow no matter what.
I love it.
You know, my perspective is I want to turn, and it's already happening, my business into a tree. You know how trees have many branches, right? I want to turn, and I've always asked this, how can I turn my business into a tree? Not just beneficial towards me, but literally towards my community, towards my family, you know, my boyfriend, his mom, his sister. How can we turn this into a tree where it's benefiting everybody? And just ask, and then be open to what's going to come to you, because it's going to come. Okay, Chloe, whatever it is that you want, just ask. And said, okay, this is what I want. Now I'm open to receiving this. So how can I do this? How can I make it better, right? Ask good questions. Ask really, really good, detailed questions, and be open to anything that comes to you that's going to benefit you and that will add value to your life. That's where this tree is going to go. That's where Odette's Bakery is going to go. Of course, I will definitely be the first woman to win the WSOP World Series of Poker, right? I don't have any plan on that, but I will be. Yeah,
I love it. I will be in the audience.
Yeah,
I love poker. I will be in the audience.
Yeah, I think your camera went out.
Did.
Yeah,
we still have this, so I'll just put like another image over this last little piece.
Yes.
So I'm gonna see you win the World Series of Poker. I will have seats to that. And then lastly, I'm really excited that I get to be part of
Yes.
your tree.
Yes, you are going to be a part of my tree. Every time I think of you, I think of your curly hair. I don't know what it is, your curly hair and your most beautiful glasses. There's something about you that exudes just beauty. There's something about you, Chloe. There is. And I'm like very fortunate to have met you, and you're a part of me. You're a part of me.
You're a part of me too, Chloe.
You
so
did
grateful
so
for you.
good. You moved here for a reason.
I absolutely did. And I know that. And
Yeah.
as soon as I walked in here, I knew that this place was part of that reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so grateful. I'm so excited, and we're gonna record another podcast because this was not long enough, and you have so much wisdom. And for someone who was not comfortable being on camera, you are a force. You are a presence, and I cannot wait for this episode to be released so that you can maybe see a little bit more of that reflected back to you.
Yeah, that's great. And also too, we should get Henry.
Absolutely.
You'll see it more from like the logical side and how human beings work a certain way. It's fascinating. It's fascinating to see him like talk and how to sell and how you can make people feel really good by just giving. It's not about what he always says from this book that he reads that his friend wrote. It's not about how big of a gift you get, but how often do you give, right?
Yeah.
Small gifts are better than big, large gifts. So a lot of things to learn, and it's never too late.
Never.
No, never. It's only too late when you say it's too late.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderful?
It is, because we get to be in control.
Yeah.
Even when we feel like we're not in control because we don't know what's going on, we still get to be in control.
Yeah,
of our attitude.
isn't that great
It's
to
amazing.
know? Isn't it liberating? Isn't
Yes.
it like, yeah, dude, I meant to like do this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you
that's
so
so
much.
great.
This was amazing. I'm so grateful, and we will definitely do it again.
Yes.